What is up, obscure mic people? Bark coming at you yet again with a review that I should have done a long time ago. It is the Yamaha AG06 Mark II. I'm not going to hold it up because it's plugged in and it's on my desk permanently until an AG06 Mark III comes out. This powerhouse of a mixer comes in at $229 and has been my daily driver for about the past year and a half, I believe. I'm currently using the Beyerdynamic M99. It is a gain-hungry dynamic microphone, and the AG06 powers it just fine with very minimal preamp noise. Let's get the camera on it and talk about my favorite audio interface mixer, both. You'll see why I say both. And there's the AG06 Mark II in all of its glory. It is about the size of one of my hands. Not a big device at all, but a powerful device nonetheless. So we've got two combo jacks here, as you can see there, 1/4-inch input, XLR. We've got a mic line button, another mic line button, guitar button. Up top we've got left-right inputs, so mono or stereo 1/4-inch inputs, high Z, low Z, and some red-white audio jacks with high-low toggle as well. We've got a pair of stereo outs, a foot switch input, monitor outs right here, which I've got hooked up to my monitors, 1/4-inch headphone jack as well. Then we move on down the line. We've got our 48 volts phantom power. My only complaint about this device is it is for 1 and 2, for channel 1 and 2. So no individual phantom there. As you can see with the Beyerdynamic M99, I do have the volume level here almost maxed out, but the gain I've got up to, I don't know, about 65%. We've got a compression and EQ button. And if I enable that, you're going to get some light compression. And I do have some EQ to add some bottom end to any mic that needs it. Turn that back off. Got a reverb button. Reverb. Yeah. We can adjust that too. I'll show you how in a minute. We got a mute button. Same over here, mute button. I always have this on because I usually have two mics hooked up for comparison sakes. Reverb as well. And then an amp sim button because, yeah, we can amp sim this thing. We can plug a guitar in, use an amp sim, get some different sounds out of it. We got a headset section here, so we can connect a headset mic and headset. We got an aux port for a phone or device to run input from anything into this and get sound that way. Or we can use the loopback switch here on the streaming out. So this is a streaming mixer, a regular mixer, and also an interface. You can do an input mix, therefore mixing, hence the word mixer, or we can do a dry 1 and 2, which will give us stereo or, multi-track input there for each of the mics. And then we have a volume button that aligns up here with our inputs here. We have a toggle between USB and aux sound, so we can toggle, what's louder, our phones audio coming through or the USB loopback input, and so on and so forth. And then we've got a volume knob for our red and whites up here as well. Got our headphone volume, our monitors, which I've got turned down because I'm using my headphones. You can use both. And then we have a mix minus toggle switch here as well. And a power button. You gotta love a power button. Back of the device, we have 5 volts if we want to power this on the go, and then USB 2.0 USB-C input there. Kensington lock, pretty much it. And again, this is my absolute favorite interface that I own. It just is. I love having the mute buttons. I love the simplicity and the size. I love the white. Got the sides there, just says Yamaha. It's really not very thick. It's not imposing. It's just a perfect desk unit in my opinion. And it's got some software. Let's check that out as well. All right, so now we've got the software on the screen. We can pan left and right on channel 1. We can pan left and right on channel 2. We can adjust the reverb level toggle that on and off, toggle on and off the compression and EQ for channel 1. Then we can also click on the compression and EQ here in channel 1. Same with the guitar stuff, amp sim, all that good stuff. Turn the amp sim on. We've got electric guitar, crunch, distortion, acoustic, bass. Then we've got acoustic and voice and all kinds of settings. High speech, middle speech, all kinds of great stuff here on the second channel as well. But like I said, in our one channel, we can click on the compression. We can shape that any way we want, change the threshold ratio and attack, release, gain, whole 9 yards, just with a toggle switch there. There we go. Or we can turn it off even though the button's on. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. Same thing with EQ here. We can do this by number and raise the mids, take the lows out wherever we want them, up, down, wherever. Don't have it on, but we can take the lows way up. We can take the lows out. We can do whatever we want with the lows. Give it just a little boost there. Scoop that out even more or raise it up a little bit and get nasally. There we go. We can raise the high end. We can raise everything. We can adjust as we see fit. We've got a high pass filter that we can turn on or off. We can go up here to the voice and high speech. And of course we can change that too. We can change it to singing, which automatically does some EQ stuff there. We can go voice high for speech, voice high for singing. So many options. Voice middle for the speech, voice middle for singing, voice middle for speech again, voice low speech, voice low sing. Then we got the default. Oh God. High voice speech. Personally, I like to just shape this myself and just give it a little bump there. Just a little bumpy. Little scoop, little rise, painting happy little trees. We also have a simple mode. So channel 1 and reverb settings will be changed. Is it okay? I guess it's okay. So see, now we can just do like, what is your voice range? Bass, tenor, alto, sopranos. I love the sopranos. Is your microphone a dynamic, a condenser? Don't know why reverb's on. We want reverb off, but dynamic, condenser, headset mic. Do you plan to talk on a dynamic microphone? Or do you plan to talk on a condenser microphone? Let's go back to detailed, but just so many options. Like, yeah, we have to use software, but just having these options is pretty cool. We can go into settings, English, reverb, assign a foot switch to reverb or a mute switch. Console files, I have none. Not a whole lot there. I mean, you're getting your reverb, your EQ, your guitar, your amp sim, all that good stuff. All right, so now I'm gonna do the amp sim. I got my trusty First Act ME501, absolute banger of a guitar from First Act. Banger, banger. So right now we've got, what amp sim are we on? Guitar Crunch. What else do we have here? I'm not a good guitar player, by the way. Obvious, right? Distortion. Let's get a little Thule. Yeah, I like that sound. A regular Corey Feldman. Well, there you have it. Now I've went and messed up all my settings. You're welcome. Anyways, this AG06 Mark II, it's my device. I hope to God they make an AG06 Mark III because I will be all over it. I'm sorry for assaulting your ears with my playing. It's, yeah, I'm sorry. I just really enjoy dabbling around. I never really put the time into learning, so I've always just kind of played a little here and there, made up my own jams, done riffs for sounders for podcasts when I need to. never anything very good. Have you heard the old obscure mic intro? Yeah, that's me. Oh, God. Oh, my. But yeah, it's one hell of a device. Mixer, audio interface with, separate 1 and 2 channels. Like you can do whatever you want with it. You can stream with it, loop back, all that good stuff. I absolutely love the Yamaha AG06 Mark II. There's even an app. There's an app for that. Same controls as I showed you before. Same controls. Plug this thing into your phone, jam away, podcast, whatever you want to do. Anyways, that's it. That's my favorite mixer. It's the one for me. If you know of one that compares to it, let me know. Otherwise, I'm waiting for the the AG06 Mark III to come out before that one ever leaves my desk. I just absolutely love it. For $229 on the BBSR, honest to God, it's a 9. It's great. I love this thing. I've said that enough. Obscure Mics, I'll talk to you folks later. Peace out.
I ride around town in my limousine, high beam looking for the next dream. I ride around town in my limousine, high beam looking for the next